Welcome back to Isa's Chaos Kitchen. Today we're gonna be making Mexican style ceviche. There's this whole discussion about what the proper ceviche is. Well, the way I see it is that you got Peruvian ceviche and Mexican ceviche, which are completely different animals. But some people want to like pit Mexico against Peru. I personally like Peruvian people. This is pretty easy. All you need is any type of white fish. I got merluza. The lady wanted to offer me corvina, but it was the whole fish, so it like included head, and it was like 1.5 kilos, and I'm like, girl, I can't take 1 kilo of fish, like, come on now. So I got merluza. The corvina has more taste, but it's fine, any type of white fish. So tilapia, corvina, merluza. You should be using like fresh fish. We are gonna cook it in lime, but better to go to like a fishing place if you're gonna do ceviche. Ceviche is very typical to do, like, so when you go fishing with your friends, you eat ceviche in the morning. I'll get to that story later. Right now, we did merluza, lemons. I put my lemons in water because I saw on TikTok that apparently it helps them like last longer. So let's see. Ooh, they have bouillon. See, this is weird. Tomato, jalapeño or serrano, cilantro, and onion. Let's get ready to cook. Look, I'm orange and orange because I'm matching. And optional also avocado if you want to. It's not necessary. You also need tortilla chips to enjoy later. But okay. I'm gonna get myself something to drink. Today I am drinking Jamaica hibiscus flower juice. It's very, very, very popular in Mexico. And I make my own. Yes, so good. So first things you should do is, you know, I keep thinking that maybe if I did like a curly girl routine, my hair would actually be curly. Parents both have curly hair, and my siblings all have curly hair. But I've always operated under the assumption that I have straight hair, because in the winter it dries straight. But see, in the summer, it dries curly. But the thing is, I don't want to find out if I have curly hair or not, because I do not have the patience, bandwidth, money, or time or attention span to have a curly hair routine, and I feel like it'd be the end of the world for me if I find out I actually have curly hair, because I don't want to know. Honestly, I'm fine. I'm gonna still pretend that I have straight hair, or at least like wavy, because I'm not finding out I have curly hair. Like, fuck that. Okay, so cut up your fish into small, like, bite-sized pieces. Okay, so what I was gonna say, when you move to Europe, you can't really speak like Mexican, because we have a lot of slang. I call it the TV Azteca accent, which is like the telenovela accent. So it's like, you can tell it's Mexican because it has like the Mexican ring to it, but it's not like how I would speak to people in Mexico. And a lot of Latin American people do this as well. When you go to Europe, when you go to Spain, you don't speak like you would at home. You speak like neutral Spanish. And so sometimes people think I'm from Ecuador and Peru. But I feel like what's confusing about Peru is that I don't know why Peruvians say way, which way is like our bro. There's a bro map. I love the bro map, which is how everywhere in Spanish-speaking countries they say bro. So it's really weird when someone who's non-Mexican says way. I've met a lot of Peruvians who use way, and it's like, why are you using? So I've had it where I confuse people who are from Peru for being Mexican, but it's because they're using way. But anyways, I have this new friend, he's Mexican, and he was like, oh, did you hear about the beef between Mexico and Peru? Apparently, Mexicans hate Peruvians. According to me, the only thing that we have beef with Peru is ceviche. I want to squash the ceviche versus ceviche thing. I think we can all say that the origin of ceviche is in fact Peru, and then Mexico made their own, you know? But I would never say that Mexico is trying to like, oh, we make it better. It's just Mexican style ceviche versus Peruvian style ceviche. In Mexican style ceviche, you're directly cooking it in lemon juice, but in Peruvian style ceviche, you're cooking it in something called leche de tigre, and leche de tigre is the juice of lemon you get from cooking fish in it. So it's like a pre-used lemon concoction thing. So that's the first thing. And then like Peruvian ceviche uses, it has choclo, which is what we would call pozole style maíz, which is the one I used in my second video. And then they also have pan-fried normal maíz, and then it also has, they put sweet potato in there. They like put pieces of sweet potato, and it's only fish. Whereas in Mexico, you can have like mixto, which will have camarón and octopus, and conch, which is sea slug, I think. Your fish are in here, so now you have to cover them in lemon. I remember because in Barcelona they have this place called Costa Pacifico, and oh my god, what the fuck? What the? Oh my god. A lemon in my eye. What the fuck, dude? So they have a ceviche place, because usually in Europe where it's ceviche, it's usually a Peruvian restaurant, because ceviche internationally is known as Peruvian food. But in Barcelona, they have one place that is Mexican style ceviche, where I took my friends there and I was explaining how, you know, Mexico and Peru are always fighting about which one is the proper ceviche. And there was this Peruvian girl behind us with her friends, and she's like, what the fuck? Turned to my friends like, yeah, she's telling the truth. We're always fighting. Why are we fighting? Stop the violence. So regarding why Peruvians are using whey, apparently there was this like comedian who did a podcast with a famous Mexican comedian, and so that's why a lot of Peruvian young people are now saying whey. But it's really weird because, like, okay, so there's this thing that happens with Latin America where people from Latin America will move to Spain, and then they'll pretend to do a Spanish accent, and then they'll be like, oh, I forgot my Latin American accent, which is bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. You know the type of person who like fakes a Spanish accent, because it's really obvious. I was explaining this to my friend from the US. Imagine if you know an American person who moves to London, and then they come back doing a really shit English accent. They're like, I was in the tube with my fellas, and we were in the London town. I forgot my American accent. And you would be like, dude, what are you doing here? But it is a phenomenon where people pretend to forget their Latin American accent. And everybody hates those people. Like, I know some Mexican people who, like, they're getting off the plane and they're like, joder, tío, ¿qué dices usted? ¿Qué dices? And it's like, baby girl, you were born in Tepito. Let's calm down here, you know? But I am in shock that there's apparently a pretending to be Mexican thing happening, because now I've met people from Peru, from Colombia, who are like, no mames, way, girl, why are you speaking like this, amistad? What's happening here? It's a little bit annoying. So, you know, I speak like I speak, whatever. I've been living in Spain for 6 years, so obviously there's certain things I don't know anymore. I mean, I try to stay up with the times, like I ask my friends and my family what's going on and stuff. But it's obvious that it's different when you're living there. I have one friend who I always text because sometimes I'll see memes that are popular and I don't understand it. And it's like, hello, can you please explain to me what this meme is about? And he's like, I got you, bro. Oh my god, I got the tea from a friend the other day, because I was seeing a bunch about this singer guy who got married to this other lady, and there was this whole drama, and I didn't know how to Google for it. And so I was like, hi, can you explain what's happening with Nodal? And she was like, I got you, bro. So I do try to keep up with what's happening in Mexico. But I feel like when I was flying to Mexico, I got on a plane and it was full of Mexicans, and then I was like, oh shit, is my accent gonna sound fake? Do I still sound Mexican? Or are they gonna call me out for being a liar? I started freaking out, like, maybe I can't talk, maybe I'm gonna sound like a faker. What am I gonna do? Oh no, are they gonna think I'm no sabo? But it's like, no sabes, tío. What would be a no sabo kid but Spanish? Okay, so the lemon juice is enough that your fish is like fully covered, right? Throw this in the fridge and let's start chopping up our veggies. So, the first thing we should do is chop our onion, because the thing about onion is that you think it's small and then you chop it and it's so much. Our onion will determine the amount of tomato and jalapeno that we will be adding. But anyways, I keep getting mansplained by 20-year-olds, like 20-year-old dudes, and I keep getting mansplained situations where it's very obvious that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And these dudes just like give me unsolicited advice, and they're young. They're like 21, right? But they have beards, okay? And so they keep speaking with such confidence. And when you think about it, you're like, what the fuck are you saying? You're a 20-year-old. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're saying. But everybody treats them like they know what they're saying. And it's like, you know what has been happening? Because one of these guys, he said like, oh, I'm actually 22. And then another girl said, oh, I thought you were older. I think the beard, like, it confused me, you know? I thought you were older. This other thing happened with this guy. Because I thought when I saw him, I was like, this dude's like 35. Fucking 20. but he has a beard. So it's like the beard ages you. And so you speak with such confidence, but you're a fucking 20-year-old. Is that where the audacity is stored? Okay, so now, sorry, I didn't explain this. I was just complaining, as I do. But chop up onion, tomato, and chili, and cilantro. But anyways, my stand is we should outlaw beards. Because it's giving these 20-year-olds a lot of audacity, and I don't think it's good for them. I think you shouldn't be able to get a beard until you're like at least 25, so that you chill the fuck out and stop thinking that you know a lot of things, because you probably don't, because you're 20. Obviously this is a joke, but honestly, bro, beards are scary, bro, because like you're telling me that some little boy will be treated like a man just because he's got a beard? Worrisome. Also, like, you could argue Mexican colonialism is due to beards, man. Like, the indigenous people of Mexico don't grow hair on their face. And it was the Spaniards who arrived with a beard, and that's why they trusted them, bro. See? Beards are evil. Let's outlaw beard. Okay, so now that you've de-seeded your jalapeno, cut it up into as small as you can, you know? So finely chopped as much as you can. Finally, the cilantro. You can also use all of this, and the good thing about cilantro is that you can also use a little bit of the stem, so like just chop in there. Just cut it all up. Why not? I don't know. Annoying. Okay, so let's check on our fish. So if you see this, it's white. Anyways, let's add all of this in there now that everything's chopped. Okay, so this is all mixed together. So let's put this on the fridge. I'm gonna clean up a bit, so let this cook a bit more, and I'll be back. Our fish has been cooking for like 30 minutes, so this is pretty much done. I am gonna add some avocado, because this is Mexican style ceviche. Not all ceviche in Mexico has avocado, but I'm adding it because I want to. I used to have a friend where we lived like 30-40 minutes from the beach, so whenever I was hungover, I would just go pick him up, and then we would drive to the beach and have some micheladas and ceviche on the beach, because it's very typical in Mexico that chairs and tables are on the beach, so you take your shoes off and you have some ceviche. I think I need a Mexican vacation. I want to go on an eating trip through Mexico. I just want to like eat through Mexico. That's all I want to do. La ruta del taco. So mix this up. So take your tortilla chip and just get like a little bit of everything on there. Delicious. Great dish for the hot summer days, for hungover. The lemon is great, the chili is great. But yeah, Mexican style ceviche. Oh, I didn't explain this. So it's very typical in Mexico to go fishing at like 5 a.m. So what you do is you go out fishing, and then the fish you catch, they make it into ceviche right there on the boat. Take tomatoes and stuff and make it right there, because it's the cool thing about lemon, like cooking the fish, that you can take lemons out into the ocean and then you have food when you like what you just fished. So that's why like the fresher the better, because it's cooked. It's not sashimi, but you do get a lot of the fish flavor. Just make sure that when you're making ceviche, you have fresh fish. So eat this, make this, and enjoy. And then, I don't know, I need to find a Peruvian to show me how to do like Peruvian style ceviche. But this is Mexican style, so have fun.